Testing the sound, make sure the sound is working. Testing, testing. Alright, sounds like the sound is working. What's up, everyone? Figured we would go back and get back onto some Bloodborne. I did a tiny bit of housekeeping. I got a few extra blood vials. I leveled up a few weapons, changed some blood gems out, just because you didn't. It's not necessary to see all that on stream. It's nothing special. I did also go back and get an item. It's called the Monocular. It works like the binoculars in Dark Souls. So that if there's something specific I want to pay attention to, I can hit the button and get a nice good zoom in on it. Like for instance, this pretty lady. If you notice, she has wooden hands. Some people don't notice that, but that's the doll. Now, as I did, I noticed that because oh yeah, how the fuck do I get out of this? Oh yeah, you just use it. I found that Gehrman is here. Now, he's not always here. He sort of randomly shows up at specific times. But the interesting thing about Gehrman is... yeah. That's sort of indicative of the final part of the game. He doesn't die. He can't die. You can't kill him. That's something I tried the other day and found out. You actually cannot kill him. Yet. We'll get to that later. So the last time we were heading to Bergenworth, we were heading outside of Yarnum. I think I was going to try to go back to the Hypogean Gal, though. Oh, check that out. I never noticed that little detail on his, neck there. It's like a little chain, some kind of little pearl, or maybe just silver. Stone. Interesting. Huh. I never noticed that. That's really cool. Anyway, I figured we'd head back to the Hypogean Gal, because once you finish Bergenworth, this place becomes unavailable to you for a while. So I figured we would try a few things here and see if we couldn't take down the boss here. I'm not going to burn through it too much. I'm going to give it a couple of tries, and if it doesn't work, if I can't beat it, then I'll come back. It's not too big of a deal. But beating it does give you access to a different side of things. Alright. Anyway, let's see what we can do here. Let's see what waves we can make. So I wanted to go out this way, actually. I never did finish exploring over here because the goddamn pigs. You might notice there's a symbol to the right of my items there. Oh, I accidentally made blood bullets, that's okay. So, one of the things is that because of bullets are so important in this game, you can hit up on the D-pad at any time. It sacrifices a little bit of health, but allows you to make what are basically blood bullets, at any time. And they are used up before your regular bullets, and will disappear if you die. You can't just form out. You can only have 5 at a time. I'm feeling better tonight. The other night I was exhausted. I'm feeling fresh. I'm feeling sassy. I'm in the mood to hunt some beasts. I think that's what we're gonna do. I want to freak beast hunt. This way, actually. No desire to deal with that shit. What's up? My controller's back. That's not good. No! I fucked up. So, okay, so I fucked that up. That was actually not bad. I plugged my controller in, actually. Out of, I got distracted there. That was no good. Yeah, this game is like, even if you've played it a bunch, a distraction can still take you out if you're not paying attention. There we go. Let's So I'm gonna plug back in. I'm gonna double check, make sure it's actually charging. It is charging, so good. Let's see back to it. Oh, don't sit down, silly. We got work to do. Come on, get up. Alright. Let's do this. Let's fight this pig again. Charging. Alright. So, I don't think I've talked about it before, but the remake, you can regain health, obviously, when enemies hit you. So, when I get hit, there's a little orange, the red meter that I have, a little portion of it will turn orange. And then I can hit enemies to regain their health because the blood splatters on me. I can also hit enemies a couple more times after they die to regain even more health, which is very useful. Come on, dicks. Oh! Getting my ass kicked this time. Yeah, just give it time.
Can somebody tell me why I have buttons of trouble with Gassiog my first time playing and beat him? Go try this time around.
Hold on, I'll check the message up. I couldn't quite hear it. Ow! Sorry, I was killing puppers. 1 second. Let me read that. Alright. Because Gascoigne is... actually, that's actually, a common thing with Dark Souls is that Gascoigne is the first wake-up call boss. He's the first boss where you will have the most trouble with, usually. It took me about 8 tries my first time fighting Gascoigne. And honestly, it literally just boils down to there's a certain patience to it. And this game demands, at least the first time you play it, it demands a certain clarity of mind and patience. Otherwise, you'll just get fucked up. Like the other night, when I tried to do this the other night, just kept getting wrecked constantly. It's just how the game goes. If you're not there, if you're not in the mindset to do it, you're going to fuck up. It's just going to happen. Yeah, with something like that, okay, there's also just bullshit like that. Fuck that. But no, I mean, it's all about the run, right? It's all about you learn his moves, you learn how to counter them, and you stop it. You stop him. It's just, that's just all there is to it. Fucking annoying. It's gonna be that kind of day. It's okay. It's okay. Let's do that again. But yeah, no, that's just how it goes, man. Like, that's how bosses are in this game. You can fucking bash your head against the boss, or, you know, whatever, 50 times, and then turn around and play the game once, and beast it the fuck out. And then turn around the next... Like, I had the opposite with Ornstein Smo in Dark Souls 1, where the first time I ever fought them, I beat them solo. Fuck off. See, it's fucking... Anyway, I beat Ornstein Smo solo, and I've never been able to do that again. They're the hardest fucking boss in that game. I'm actually just gonna run up there, grab that thing, and then leave, because I'm so tired of fighting these guys! Because I actually don't remember what it is. It's probably just, honestly, it's just a, Madman's knowledge. It might be that's nitrous, but I don't think you get that until you beat the boss in this area. I could be wrong, though. Let's find out. Fuck you. Fuck the dogs. Oh. Fucking doing this run again. Yeah, okay, this is nice. Alright. So we'll go. I'll shut it off for a second. Just gotta get away. Oh, that's not the way to go. I'm gonna give up. Alright, I knew that was gonna happen. That's fine. I'll show that off here in a second. So the nitrous is another trick weapon. Wow, that dog is right inside that other dog's asshole. Please tell me I'm not the only one that saw that. That's gross. I'm not just want to deal with that shit tonight. But I'm glad I did get that, though. Alright. So the Tonitrus is a special trick weapon. It doesn't have a secondary form. Oh, will it not even let me equip it? Ah, that's bullshit. It needs more strength. I'm not really sure on that strength build. So the Tonitrus is... It's a trick weapon in that it has two forms. Well, it doesn't really have two forms. So if you look at it... Yeah, you can't get through that door yet. It's just a ball. It's like a big mace, right? Let's read about it. A unique trick weapon contrived by Archibald, the infamous eccentric of the Healing Church Workshop. Striking the peculiar iron morning star flail like a match generates the same blue sparks that blanket a dark beast. Unfortunately, for reasons untold, the hunters of Archibald's time did not fully take to the device. So basically, when you use it, you like strike it on your shoulder, and it charges up, and you deal electric damage with it for a certain amount of time. And then you have to do it like every little bit to keep it charging, keep it dealing damage. But it doesn't really have a form. Wow, yeah. So that one's specifically designed to grab you because you're too busy looking at the one that comes down that you don't see her on this side. Fucking dicks. No, yeah, these guys are just down here. So you don't actually it's not, you don't actually change it. You know, it doesn't turn into another device, it just powers up. There's a few weapons like that. These things are gonna kill me. Nope. There's a few weapons like that in the game. Some of the weapons in the DLC are kind of like that, where like the boom hammer, you strike it like a match. Oh, there's a fucking summon here. Who is it? Antal. Yeah, I think I'm gonna summon for this fight, because I do want to get this done. And I really don't want to fucking do this more than once, so I'll summon. While we do that, because I did get another set last time, the time that I went through the How Much You Got last time, which is the hooded, or the iron set. Is it just the... No, it's the Yargul set. Which includes the black hooded iron helmet. I'll put that on real fast. That's what that looks like. There's no real weight in this game. The weird thing is there was weight. Oh, wow. Oh, he's a defector. Okay. So these guys were added for the DLC, the old hunters were, and this got defected from this group of people. And they're from Yorkol, and I'll read about them real fast. The 100 years Yorkol answered the village's founders, the School of Mensis. It's the first time we've heard about the School of Mensis, and it will come up later. Hunters in name only, these kidnappers wear the black hoods low to shadow their eyes. Helmet is made of metal, a rarity for hunter garb, and has high defense, but only against physical attacks. Same thing. Designed primarily to defend from physical attacks, the binding of thick rope serves both to protect its wielder and restrain his foes. So there was a group of people who were dressed like hunters in, you know, the loosest sense possible, who were going around kidnapping people for Yarkul, which is like a hidden village inside the middle of a town, or in a town, city. It's really bizarre. So, actually, I wanna let's put on some fire paper for this part. Actually, you know what? Let's go nuts. I'm gonna take a beast blood pellet. Let's see what that's about, and then we'll put on fire paper, and then we'll fight. Oh, I forgot to start it like that. So this is Dark Beast Quarrel. They all, the Dark Beasts are electric. when they're down, though, they do have to recharge their electricity, which does take a little bit of time, which means they can't do that with shock attack. You get some really good hits there. And then they power back up, and then you have to be careful. I say they. I think, unless he's a random boss in the temple or in the Chalice dungeons, I don't think he's fighting. Oh my god. Nice. Good shit, Anil. Anil. I knew it wasn't Anil. That would be very bad. Anil. That would not be good at all. Damn! Anil getting fucking paid! Fucking doing his job. Do the work, Anil! Come on, Anil. Do your shit. Alright! Good job, Anil! Thanks, man! He's wielding weapons, we'll see later. Alright, so we got the Spark Hunter badge, we'll look at that in a second. He's wielding a really cool weapon we'll see later in the DLC. Those are all DLC, guys. Alright. And we have a lamp to light. Good work, dude. Proud of you. Anyway, let's at least put my top hat back on. That's alright. I like that it's got like a metal sort of neck piece there. I like how some of the stuff changes depending on what item you have on. So like if you put the hood back on, you can't see that part because it's covering by the hood. You still kind of see my face a little bit though. Put that back on. Yeah. And there's a door here. While this opens, let's remove this. Oh. Now we're back to Old Yarnum. So this is the door that I said before that wouldn't open until later. This allows you to get to the back of Old Yarnum without actually going through Jura. And since Jura has a shitty memory, he doesn't remember you coming up the first time. Or he does, but it's like, oh, I fucking never found this little guy. Oh yeah, this is fun. But you see, I'm a lot stronger now. So thanks, bud. How's it going? He's a werewolf. Anyway, so yeah, he doesn't really. He's not hostile to you if you come in from this way, so you can turn around and go back through. I'm a little worried about going through. Really, dude? Followed me on the side. Shame I have to kill you that hard, though. Shame for you. Yeah, fuck all these guys. Not too worried about them. So the red-eyed ones are a lot stronger, obviously. I guess that's obvious. That's probably not obvious, but whatever. So actually don't hardly ever come this way, so you just gotta drop it down. Oh, okay. So literally just comes through here. Alright. These guys are gonna be fine. Boys really fast. No? You guys done? Yep. Alright. Let's go talk to Jura. Then we'll look at the badges that we get, because I think he also gives you a badge. So that's good. Oh, look at that. Some issues there. Yeah, if you look where that little gap is, right there on the left, top left a little bit, right around there, you can see. Yep. This game, Dark Souls 3, has a lot of those, if you know where you're looking for them. You'll see them a lot. Hey, bud.
Well,
I actually thought he was going to attack me for a second.
How did you get in here? It's no matter. What brings you to Old Yarnum? I've
Not
no
killing
interest in
Bruce.
matters further up. But you must not disturb this place. The beasts do not venture above, and mean no harm to anyone. If you still insist on hunting them, then I will hunt you first. You understand me?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, don't pick this. He just straight up attacks you.
Yes, very good. I no longer dream, but I was once a hunter too. There's nothing more horrific than a hunt. In case you fail to realize, the things you hunt, they're not beasts. They're people.
Uh-oh.
One day you will see.
The pop bunker is the shit.
It's time you got going.
Thanks, man.
But first, a farewell gift.
Yeah.
I have no use for it anyway.
That thing is fucking sick. So it gives you the powder keg counter badge, but fucking look at that thing. Oh, it's so cool. It's also fucking terrible. Yeah. Let me put that on real fast. My personal favorite. Yay! But anyway, that's not what I want. Let's put on. Gonna be a pimp. Go on, brother. I don't know, brush your shoulders off, something like that. Something about pimps and shoulders and brushing. I don't know. Fuck. What do you think I am? Anyway, that's Jura. I could attack him. He would kick my ass. So let's not bother. We'll go back to the... Actually, you know what? I'll just go back up here and teleport back to the lamp.
You going for the moon presence or no?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna do it all. Yeah, we'll do the whole thing, all the way up to the moon presence. All right, let's go ahead and teleport back, and then we'll read that stuff, and then see what he gets us. Because it doesn't just give you that; you get some other stuff for having the badges too, or the badges give you stuff, and then talking to Jura and getting the badge, or killing him and getting the badge gets you his costume, which is pretty cool. God, these load times are so much better than they used to be. Fuck. They used to be horrific. Alright, Sparkinder's badge. Badge of Friends of Archibald. Church Workshop Eccentric. Archibald was fascinated by this. Blue sparks emanate from...
Just found out about it today going through lore on the wiki.
Yeah, man, there's some fucking crazy shit in this game, and we will get to it. Archibald was fascinated by the blue sparks that emanated from the hides of the dark beasts and dedicated his life to its artificial reproduction in a style of inquiry that incidentally closely followed the methodology of Bergenworth. Again, we're hearing more about this Bergenworth place. It's fucking weird. Here's the powder keg one. Powder keg's adoration of complex design and big booms culminated in weapon designs that contrasted with the tradition of the workshop. Those traditionally of the workshop. The late powder kegs, bless their souls, had a motto. If weapon ain't got kicked, it just ain't worth it. And this is the standard badge you get. So this badge unlocks the normal weapons that you started with in the game. They unlock them to be purchased. So the workshop is gone and no group recognizes the meaningless badge except the messengers in the bath who understand its profundity. Certain things can be entrusted with a hunter in possession of this badge. So that's where the messengers sell you more things if you have more badges. So this is the badge I got from killing the cleric beast. Silver sword is a symbol of a church hunter. Lord Ludwig was the first of many church hunters to come, many of whom were clerics. As it was, clerics transformed into the most hideous beasts. Yeah, that's fucked up. You get the Radiant Sword Hunter badge, which I got at the top of the cathedral area. These hunters, also known as Holy Blades, are what remains of an ancient line of heroes that date back to a very early age of honor and chivalry. So that unlocks the, I don't remember what it's called. I want to say it's Ludwig's Holy Blade. which is a fucking freak beast of a weapon. Yeah, there it is. So I won't get it right now. I'll get it probably when I get more souls later. But this and the Kirk hammer are very similar. One's a sword that turns into a hammer. One's a sword that just turns into a bigger sword. It's pretty fucking great. Stake driver's fucking great. That's the one he was using. Right after the rifle spear, the Tonitrus gets available for purchase. You also get other items that you can buy. Molotovs, rope Molotovs. So Molotov you throw forward, rope Molotov you throw backwards. Fire papers, the hand lantern, which can be useful. And then once you've talked to Jura and you find out that the hunters are human, or the beasts are human, you get... Oh, no? Huh. I thought you got his set by beating him. Or by talking to him. Let me see if the... Oh, no, I guess you gotta kill him. Ah, shit. I really like that costume, too. I'm not gonna bother killing him. Not right now, anyway. I might do it another time, because he's very difficult to beat. Let's see if I can go get a level.
Welcome home. What? Very well.
Yeah, I get 3 levels, too. I'm gonna put that to 20 and then that to 19. Yeah. And then always top off my blood vials. That's what I found, is if you level up and then whatever you have left over, level up, you know, upgrade your gear, do whatever, then whatever you have left over, put in blood vials, because there's no reason not to. So that's pretty much the Hypogean Gal. I don't think there's... I'm trying to think if there's anything specific else in there, and I can't really think of anything. We do come back to that area later, and there's more to it at that point, but for now, we're going to stick with what we got. Let's swap back to my Hunter garb. I just like it. I just fucking dig this costume. It's just good quality outfit. Both versions are just really good. Just really good. That one's a bit more, you know, European. This one feels... I don't know, for some reason this costume feels just a bit more American to me. That's probably weird. But, I don't know, I just like it with the top hat. Sometimes I'll put on Gas Point's hat. It's a bit of a wider brim. Just looks good. Or, you know, if I'm in the mood, might do the hood. Hood, not very often. I think the hood actually looks... So... You know, the game, you start with the basic foreign garb. And I think this looks really stupid. Like, I don't like the hood at all here. I think it looks better without the hood here. But for some reason, I really dig the hunter's outfit with the hood. Yeah, I know, it's Bloodborne. It's fashion-born. I'm fucking... playing with dress up with my dollies, but I just think that looks really good. Or with the Tomb Prospector's hood, because it does give you more defense. It's basically the same thing. But for the most part, I do just leave the top hat on. Just thinking the top hat just looks really cool. Let's go back and see if we can get to Bergenworth today. That's the plan, is to hit Bergenworth today. I don't know if we'll finish Bergenworth today, but I would like to at least hit it. So let's do it. Alright. So let's head on into the woods. What's up, nerd? I tried to block that like I had a shield because I'm an idiot playing way too much Dark Souls. No, I've been playing way too much Neo, that's what it was. Because there are guys with guns in Neo. There are no guys with guns in Dark Souls, it's just crossbows. But Neo has guys with guns that you can block with your sword, which is really stupid. So I keep doing that. If you can't tell, there's a pressure plate right here. I'm gonna roll on it. And it does that, and then we'll actually swing back toward a brick. So people that see it, step on it, and then back up, just get fucking wrecked. It's great. I love it. Now, there's a couple of things that we can do here. First is this guy. Ow. That was dumb. Come on. Come on. Ah, fuck off. Come on, dude. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Ah, stupid. Alright, I hit the wrong button. Again, too much fucking Neo. Neo has completely different control layout. It's ridiculous. Let's get this. Hopefully I don't get splashed with oil. There are guys around here that throw oil on you that just makes all of this way worse. Let's go this way for now. We're gonna land here for now. Whoop, whoop. Where are you going? Bro. That's kind of all that's here. I thought this was a different place, actually. Well, that's okay. Moving right along. Sup? How's it going? Rawr. I do like how there's AI in this game where, like, the enemies will hear the dog bark and come after to see what's going on. There's not a lot of that in Dark Souls, but there is some fairly decent AI in this game. In that kind of respect. Like, in the opening, one of the things they touted in the Yharnam section at the beginning of the game is that the enemies are on a timer, on a schedule. When the bell rings, they'll start a patrol, which is pretty interesting. What's up?
You are cursed.
No, you're cursed. I like that they mumble to themselves. I actually forgot they did that. Come on, dude. Oh, alright. Well, I guess I'll... Yeah, shields are nothing in this game. You hold a shield, you will get fucked every time. I guess that's all that's over here. I thought there was more. I remember having a lot of trouble with that part at the beginning, mostly because of the oil. So the guys will throw oil on you, and then any fire damage you deal or is dealt to you, fucking hurts. Just hurts. Does so much damage. I got a message. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Taking care of business. Alright. Let's get back to it. So up ahead is a shortcut to an area back into regular Yharnam. Get that here in a second. It'll also take us to Canehurst, which is something that... one of my favorite areas in any Dark Souls game. Or any Souls game at all, in general. It's a fantastic area, and we'll go over it in detail once I get to it. But for now, we're just gonna power through this area. So that area, that leads to a small area. Somehow managed to get up there? How did you do that? Oh, can you literally just walk up here? Oh, I guess you can... I gotta try this. Hang on. Oh, shit! Oh, fuck. I'm putting a message down. Look at this badass... Oh, no! Damn it. That's it. You this guy there. health back though. Fuck you. Here's a gun. Come here, fucker. Ow, fuck off, that hurt. Shit, that hurt. There's a giant pit right here. I really don't want to fall in it. Because it sucks. I think there's like a bunch of raven or crows down there. Anything good? Oh, there's stuff down there. Let me kill all the things that are up here first. Every time he's something hit me. Luckily, I can get my health back. Alright, let's drop down here real fast. I was prepared. I was waiting for you. God, this place is shit. Look at this shit. Look at this nastiness. Ugh. Gross. Alright. I was just fucking antidotes. I already have a billion antidotes. That's fun. I do need antidotes, though. There's a part coming up that's going to require antidotes, so... Oh, I almost fell right back in there, too. Fuck me. Alright, let's get that. Alright. Now, going back this way. So, this is the way, actually, what we want to do. Let's coming back this way. So coming up here, this is an interesting thing. I'm gonna go ahead and do this real fast. So first things first, notice there's no one in this house. There's a light here, right? But there's no one here. You can't see anybody. Let me kill these dogs. Because this part's a little interesting. This is where we start getting into the weird ass shit of this video game, right? So this is the first house you will usually come to. Oh, there is a guy there. Is there actually a dude there? Hang on, let me see if I can see him better. Huh. There is a guy there. Can I actually... I don't think you can get into this house. Hang on, let me see if it'll actually let you get into it. Huh, I guess not. Weird. I never knew there was a dude there. Anyway, we'll go into more detail about that here in a second, but let me do this real fast.
Oh. A hunter of beasts, are you? Glory be. You know not the value you possess. But more's the pity. The hours of the night are many, and the beasts more than I can count. A veritable hunt. Unending. Not even death offers solace. And the blood imbibes you. A most frightful fate. Oh my. But I'm willing to do you a kindness. Step lightly round to the right of the great cathedral and seek an ancient, shrouded church. The gift of the Godhead will grant you strength. Yes, I'm unquestionably certain.
So, we'll get to that in a second. The interesting thing about this guy is that guy there is not who I'm talking to. That dialogue, once you hit Bergenworth, or once you hit outside of Yharnam, that area, that conversation will trigger on the next house that you talk to. This one just tends to be the first one you see. Once you have gone outside of Yharnam, you can go to any other house, and that guy will talk to you. Any house with a lantern over there. And he gives you a tonsil stone. Let's see what a tonsil stone is. A latticed deformed rock. Appears useless, but possesses some odd gravitational force that prevents its riddance. A dubious soul once said, "Step lightly round the right of the great cathedral and seek an ancient shrouded church. The gift of the Godhead will grant you strength." So we'll do that here in a bit as well, because that's also something you want to do before you go to Bergenworth, or before you complete that area of the game. But yeah, the game does split a good bit here, so we're gonna go this way first, and this leads to a few other revelations as well. Like, for one, damn, a lot of dead people. Actually, no. I need to gear up first, because there's specific gear. Now, there is not a lot of times you need very specific gear in this game. This one makes it makes the next part a lot more useful. And they put what you need right next to it. So we're going to go ahead and grab it real fast. What's up, bird? That's the White Church set. We'll say about why that is here in just a second. So the big thing about the White Church set is, these Dark superiors to the Black Preventative are superiors to the Black Preventative hunters and specialists in experimentally backed blood administration and the Scourge of the Beast. They believe that medicine is not a means of treatment, but rather a method for research, and that knowledge can only be obtained by exposing oneself to sickness. Their set is also highly resistant to poison, which is something we're going to deal with in the next little set I'm going to go to. So I need to put that on. Also, a really funny thing about this game, if you're wearing a hat and they get blood splattered on you, and then you take the hat off, your character has like a line on his forehead. It's really dumb. It's really silly. But let's go do that. It does make this next part a little bit easier. Oh yeah, there's a thing here. Let's get this thing here. Hello, poor dead guy. That is a very dead guy. So we want to go up. I actually didn't mean to do that, but we will come here. Now, this whole area is full of poison and just a lot of bad shit. Like these guys, that if I'm not careful, will kill you very quickly, because they are very strong. You never really want to fight anything in here. Most everything in here is just these assholes, giants, and it's a gemstone. There's more of those weird giant guys. This entire place is just coated in poison. And you just take poison damage the entire time you're in there. So having a little bit of help with that does help. But this is where we're actually wanting to go. This staircase, or this ladder here. Go ahead. Now I can swap back to my original gear, because I do not need any more poison gear. Let's go. Up we go. Bodies, corpses piled up. It's a very long ladder. More corpses, just corpses upon corpses. And you can kind of see, like, Yharnam is old, and there are a lot of bodies here. And then as you get closer, you see up some kind of foundation. More corpses, just piled up. So at some point, something happened here, or someone did something to create a long pit into that cavern, broke into the cavern down there. And they're just everywhere here. Just fucking, I actually forgot about how many corpses were in this game, or in this section, because there's a lot of them. And the reason for that is, as you climb up, we're in a graveyard, mass graveyard. So each one of these is a mass grave. And this grave leads us to, we open this, this is the starting area. So that's the area that you come out of that leads you back into Yharnam. But that's not all. There's more to this area. So you come back here, see what's up. I love the design of this game, and there we go. It's one of these assholes. Come on, fucker. Let's go. What the hell is one of these things doing in the middle of Yarnum? Well, another one of these, I suppose. That one doesn't hit as hard. Still does hit. Gross. You sound gross. You look gross. You're gross. Quicksilver bullets. Thank you. And another Madman's knowledge. So again, what did that guy see? He saw that guy. It's fucked up. This whole section of the game is fucked up. Let's climb. Ow. Every fucking time. Fucking oh my god, did I really just fucking die? Holy shit, I really just died to crows. Motherfucker. What a bag of dicks. What an absolute bag of dicks. I cannot believe I just did that. Cannot believe I did that. Holy shit. Excuse me. Such how it goes sometimes. Just fucking wails on you. Well, we opened that path back, so let's teleport back and go this way instead. So that's another thing. Speaking of Yosefka, because if you can't tell, we're about to have a few words with Yosefka. That's another thing she gives you is her own blood. And again, it's implied if you look at it, it doesn't look like blood. It's like an orange fluid. It's gross. Where do I want to fucking go? We'll go to the first floor sick room. We'll go back to the beginning. Okay. Wake up, get up, get up. Alright. So, that's actually our goal. So, when we get up here, you'll see that we're actually heading to the back of Yosefka's clinic, and we'll see that here in just a minute. Once I get around here, let's head back. After that horrifying fight, for no reason I lost. Ridiculous. I love that I can kill a fucking illithid and then immediately turn around and get killed by a fucking giant crow. Like, what is Nice! You guys are very physically resistant. Alright, let's get back. I'm surprised I didn't think that. Not again, fucker! Let's go! Dicks. I don't know why I'm getting... So, in Dark Souls there's the concept of, I can't think of the name of it. But it's the idea that getting hit doesn't stun you in Dark Souls. Like, there's a certain armor that you can wear that doesn't... Oh yeah, so... We gain a little bit of insight when we get here because this is the back of Yosefka's clinic. We'll get more into that in a second. Anyway. And this is where you start the game. And what the fuck is that? So this is where you start the game. This is where Yosefka was. What the fuck is that? Like, what these things are is basically the plot of the game. These are humans combined with the Great Ones. And there's more into that later. But, as you can see, why does it have Yosefka's blood? Was it because Yosefka was kidnapped and turned into one of these things? Maybe. Anyway, let's take a look at Yosefka's blood. If I can find it. There it is. I literally went right past it. So it's a much stronger version of the blood vial. It heals more damage. Refined blood, highly invigorated, restores a large amount of HP. The product was slow and careful refinement process. This rare blood vial appears to be a clinic original. Also, we get a Canehurst summons. Now, what is Canehurst? Well, don't worry, because I will tell you. Where? Oh, it's a key item. A summons inviting you to Canehurst. An old, blood-stained summons inviting an honored guest to the Forsaken Castle Canehurst. Rather baffling, it is addressed to you. Do not hesitate. The stagecoach leaves from Himwick Crossing. We'll use that later. That does come up later. It is my personal favorite part of the area in the game, so we will definitely be doing it. I love Canehurst, and I'll talk a lot about what Canehurst means to me and what it means for this franchise, because it's basically one giant homage to the roots of this franchise. We'll go to that more later, though. We'll talk about that more at a later time. What's over here? It's very dark in here. Huh. It's almost like whoever was pretending to be Yosefka has been experimenting on lots of people. Oh. Communion. Let's take a look at communion. A higher version of communion. Same thing. It says the same thing as the regular communion, but you can see it is more defined. The rune is. So I'll probably put that on since it's +3 instead of +1. It's nice having more blood balls. Let's head deeper in.
Ah, moonlit scents. How did you worm your way in here? Very unfortunate. I had such high hopes for you. Well, I won't make any excuses. Would you mind leaving us alone?
Yeah.
Things need not change. You'll do the rescuing, and I'll do the saving. But if you refuse to leave... Oh well. I've always wanted to try my hand on a hunter.
Yep. So, she will give you the option to literally just walk away. You can go up there and fight her, and she will attack you. And she is also very strong. Uses some magic, which we'll see later in Bergenworth. But for now, because she is important later in the game, we'll walk away. We will do as she asks. And yeah, that's a little bit of a secret area that some people, if you don't know it's there, you may not find it. I didn't find it my first playthrough of the game. Or not the, I would say the first playthrough, like my first half or my first 70% of the playthrough. And then as I was nearing the end of the game, I went back and looked up a guide just to kind of see what I'd missed. I was like, oh shit, I need to go here. And I'm glad I did, because it does lead you to the best part of the game. Or at least the best area in the game, in my opinion. So... Alright. I get 24,000 to spend. That'll probably get me a couple more levels, maybe. We'll see. I do want to hit 20 on vitality and endurance.
Very well.
I think I was one off. Yeah, okay. And then do that. Let's make that the other way around. There we go. Alright. And then the rest, we will get blood balls. Get bullets. If you want bullets. Bullets are a little bit cheaper than blood balls. And then let's go. There's a couple things we can do here. I think we're gonna go back to the Cathedral Ward. We're gonna go use the Tonsil Stone. Before we do that, though, give me one moment, folks. I have to go, take a potty break. Take a pause for the cause, as it were. So I will be back shortly. Testing the sound. Alright, sounds good. Alright, sorry folks, I'm back. Let's go use that tonsil stone, huh? Yeah. Ow, I'm fucked up. Don't worry about it. Let's go. So instead of going left here, we're gonna go right. This part's actually kind of hard. I kind of forgot a little bit of this, but they definitely don't want you going this way until you're ready, and you'll see why here in a minute. Yeah. That they will put fucking Freak Beast Hunter. Now this guy is actually supposed to be really difficult to beat. That Nitrous is a bitch, but we're strong enough. We can take him down pretty easily. Some wallpaper for trouble, and then there's actually another one right there. Notice they're wearing the replicable set. They are kidnappers. Let's head through that. So he's using the Reckless Spear and a version of Blunderbuss. This one's much more of a long-range hunter. Fighting them both at the same time will get your ass beat, but if you know how to block them out, fuck off, dude. It's kind of an issue. I'm a bit of a short-range person. Yeah, they can also, I tell there I was actually staggered like ready for a reload, which can happen if you get shot while you're swinging, like that. Luckily, these guys don't ever really seem to go for it. Fucking, just every time with that damn thing. Fuck off, dude. Alright, that was stupid. This is getting really dumb. Fuck. Fucking, ugh! Fine, you wanna fucking go? Let's fucking go. You ready for this shit? You wanna fucking go? Dumbass. So annoying. Anyway, yeah, he's dead. So from here, we actually want to... do we want to do this? No. We don't want to fall down there. I don't think... well, we can't bother. Alright, we want to go this way, though. This is the way that we're going to go. Come here, dick! Stone shards. Yeah, bloodstone shard! Oh, there's a way up there. Hang on. There's a way up there. That's the way we actually want to go. Maybe it's dropped down from up there? Hang on. Or go around this way, maybe? No, I think it's go around this way. It is go around this way. Okay. This is actually what we need to do. Because if we don't do this, we get fucked up really easily. Those hunters don't actually come back, so I don't have to worry about it. Just this guy. Hit the wrong guy. Don't. Get it, son! Take your shots! Yeah, so there are guys that are up here who will shoot at you. That you want to deal with before heading down. Because they are a fucking nightmare to deal with. Well, where are they? Here we go. Especially with the guys that you have to deal with around here too. There's two. So, I am solving the problem. And then I can do this! Sup? I fucked that up somehow. Not really sure how. Get the health back. There we go. And then heal. If there's any other guys. Nope, just this dude. I got one, I can always get the other later. Stab. This boss. I am fucking drenched. Alright. Grab that. What's in here? Stuff. Lead elixirs slow you down, but increase your resistance, so you don't take as much damage. Not really worth it usually. What the fuck is this? Let's go. Oh, okay. How about up here? That'll do. So we want to get in this now. If you didn't have the Thompson Stone, this would kill you. See how much fucking damage.
Oh, amygdala. Oh, amygdala. Have mercy on the poor bastard.
Yeah. So we've seen that effect before. And we'll see it again later as well, because we'll go back to the area where we originally saw it. But with Tonsil Stone, being picked up by this thing will take you to a new place. Specifically, the lecture room. Gross. Yep. Also, by the way, all of these are filled with eyeballs. Gross. Like this. Very gross. So now we're in some kind of lecture building. Oh, what's that?
What a joy it is to behold the divine. It must be such a pleasure. You're in my debt, you know. You're nigh on a beast of the field. But here you are, treading a measure with the gods.
Yeah, so if you can tell, he's not exactly completely human.
Are your feet as fat as your wits? Oh, cease this dithering. Take the plunge. Throw yourself to the wolves. Are your feet?
Alright, that's all he says. So, this character is a guy named Patches. Shows up in all the Souls games that Miyazaki worked on. Sort of a common character that Miyazaki has. And he always screws you over in some capacity. Always. There's nothing down any of these halls. I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, he always screws you over somehow. So, this is just his new attempt to screw you over. So, to the gun. Can be attacked yet. This place is... As you move into these buildings... Yeah. So these are... As you can tell, students who were transformed into... something. And as you go, you'll get more of an inclination as to what exactly happened here, but for now, let's take this key. Let's see what it says about the lecture. Key to lecture building. Today, the two-story lecture building is adrift in the nightmare, but once it was a place of reflection where students learned history and archaeology. Perhaps it is still. It still is, as students in the lecture theater appear to await the return of their professor. So we'll be going to lecture building here soon. Or the theater, I should say, soon. So, this was I didn't know that you could break these. Oh, that's awesome. I can literally do that all day. Let's get the student set. Let's take a look at that as well. We'll see if we can come to some kind of conclusion here. You know, from the students of Bergenworth, a bygone institute of learning. This alternative lacks the thick cape. The Healing Church has its roots in Bergenworth and naturally borrows heavily from its uniform design. The bug is not on knowledge or thought, but on pure pretension would surely bring Master Willem despair, if only he knew. So, the lecture building spun off of Bergenworth. Or maybe vice versa. And something happened here. They found something, they did something, and the entire building and all of its occupants were hurled into the nightmare. Now, we've heard of the dream, and that's the hunter's workshop that we go to level up. That's called the dream, the hunter's dream. This is the hunter's nightmare. And this is where we are now. And that door will not open, so let's go this way. And we'll get more into the hunter's nightmare, because we actually do go outside and you'll see the hunter's nightmare here eventually. Maybe not tonight, depends. I can't stream for too much longer. Anyway, here's the lecture theater key. Oh, here's everyone. What's up, guys? They spit out goo. So everyone in this place is a blood monster. Every single one. I fucking believe that. Oh. Ah, fuck off. Fuck off. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy! Yeah, there's a lot. Run, Brad boys, fuck off, man! Oh wow, I'm just gonna get right in the middle of them and die, huh? Part of really sucks. Fuck off. Damn it, they have really long arms. It's really long. I'm actually gonna run out of blood balls here soon. Let's at least pick up the stuff to drop. Now, there's a reason why they drop blood balls. And they don't carry guns, obviously. The reason is that Quicksilver bullets also fuel magical spells. So it's implied that because they drop Quicksilver bullets, they do perform some kind of magic here as well. Oh, there's actually more of these. What's up, boys? I figured they would all be dead, but I guess not. Alright, well, that was easy enough. Did run through most of my blood balls, but it is what it is. What's this? The Augur of Ebrietas. What is that? Let's take a look. So just like the old Hunter's Bone, it is another magical spell. Use phantasms, the invertebrates known to be augurs of the Great Ones, to partially summon abandoned Ebrietas. The initial encounter marked the start of an inquiry into the cosmos from the old laboratory and led to the establishment of the Choir. Now the Choir is the Healing Church. It's another name for the Healing Church, or an section of the Healing Church. It's called the Choir. Alright, so this is where we started. We'll see more of Ebrietas later. I wish, if I were doing an arcane build, I would show those off. Basically, you summon a giant tentacle to lash out. There'll be enemies that'll summon them later. It's it's the spell that the fake Yusefka uses as well to attack you. Yeah, let's go through. Oh, I knew that was there. Right. Oh, right. Madman's knowledge. Madman's knowledge. So, yeah. Madman's knowledge. More things people saw that they knew too much about. Let's go outside. What could be outside the nightmare? Nothing good, I assure you. Not a single thing good. This is the Nightmare Frontier. This place sucks. So it's the first time we see that. That is the PvP call. It can also happen when you are just sort of electrocuted. Yep. When you're just sort of fighting, or when you summon someone to help you, you can also have that woman show up and will summon an enemy to fight you. But as it stands right now, because she is ringing a bell, I could potentially be invaded. It sucks, because everyone else is better at this game than I am. So, I could actually get fucked up real bad here. We shall see. Anyway, let's... Actually, can I even make that jump? I don't think I can. Not really sure how else you're supposed to get that. Do you jump down from above it? No? No? Alright, well, this can't be that important. Let's keep it. Oh, that's actually a shortcut back up, so let's not worry about that right now. So yeah, if you notice these blood tombstones look familiar, that's because this is where the last tombstone leads you in this game. So this is the ultimate form of the very large, very angry Ah, missed him. The smaller. Oh, I have no fucking healing left. That's cool. Oh boy. Yeah. So those larger things that attack you, those are the large versions of the crystal lizards, basically. These guys. These guys are all over the place. I'm gonna die. Nope. Somehow managed not to die. So once they get a certain amount of damage, he will collapse. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and use... Not what I wanted to use. Thank you. Let's go ahead and use Blood of Adela, because I do want to get the blood of the other girl whose name I still can't remember. We'll take a look at that before we end tonight. Actually, probably not going to go too deep in here. I do want to try to find the first woman who attacks you. Or the first bell ringing lady. Because I can never remember exactly where she is here. See, she's trying to summon someone into the game now. I'm afraid she might succeed. So that's not a person. That's not a real person anyway. That is just a regular NPC. A real person would have their name on their head. There's more than one of them though. This sucks. I'm probably going to die. And I died! Alright, we're gonna call it a little bit early tonight. I think that's as far as I want to get tonight. I'm going to... swing back over to Cathedral Ward, grab her vial so I know what her name is, and then we're gonna call it. Because I am a very tired boy. Can never think of her name. I don't know why. I just I tend to. She has a much bigger part to play in the story than Adela does, but Adela's always the first one to get. Oh, the doll's asleep. Hey, girl. Good morning.
Oh, I must have. What is it you does?
So yeah, now that you come up here, you'll see this one's active. This is the Nightmare Headstone. Unseen Headstone, Frontier Headstone, and then the Yarn Headstone. Which I think it may have said that it was... I don't know if... I can't remember if it was the Nightmare Headstone before. I don't remember. But, eh. I went too far forward. That's okay, though. I get those mixed up sometimes just because, one, I'm not paying attention. Two, though, now that you have seen Amygdala, who summons you, this imagery starts to make a little more sense, to be honest. You know? It's almost like these guys are worshipping the giant, weird face thing. Yeah, weird. It's weird how that works. Weird. Yeah. Nobody cares. Later, haters. Actually, I think I did go the wrong way. Which is not good. Oh, there is stuff in here, though. Yeah. The Cold Bloods are like soul items in Dark Souls. They give you souls. Use them at any time to get souls if you want. I usually only wait and use them when I really need them, or if I just want to gain like an extra level really fast. Because if you save them up enough, by the end of the game you do have a couple of levels in them that you can burn. I did go the wrong way because I am a dumb dumb. Ooh, he shot at me. Dick. Ow. Time to go. Later, fuckers. I totally forgot that's the way to go. So we're gonna go this way. Bye. Alright, let's get back. So let's talk to her again. What's up?
Oh, you. I'm sorry.
Have you watched again?
I'm afraid I can't help you.
There she is.
Unless you...
Yeah, let's get some blood.
Good. Come close, dear. I knew you'd be back for more.
Ooh. Ariana. So now we know. Let's take a look at Ariana's blood. Heals HP and temporary boost stamina recovery. Blood taken from Ariana, Cathedral Ward Woman of Pleasure. The sweet blood of Ariana restores HP and temporary speed stamina recovery. A member of the old healing church would know that her blood is similar indeed to precisely what was once forbidden. Interesting, interesting. So, her blood is very similar to what was forbidden. The only thing we know about forbidden blood so far is the Vile Bloods. And we will get more about the Vile Bloods probably next time. I think I'll probably want to do a little bit of Canehurst Castle. Oh, so can I? Oh, that's it. That's what we end on tonight, folks. There it is. You finally see it. You've waited for so long, and there it is. Now you know. We're just gonna put that away. Pretend that didn't happen. Anyway. I'm just gonna... Yeah. You guys have a great night. Thank you so much for coming out, and we'll see you next time.